Today we wanted to talk about financial freedom through the investment in real estate.
So real estate, stocks work in one way, and stocks and markets, at the beginning of the video, is apparently doing great today. Was it doing great last week? Who knows? But real estate is a little bit different because what you're doing is you're buying it at one price. You're probably going to either rent it out, fix it, and then sell it later. You're either going to sell it because you fixed it or keep it and let it appreciate and then sell it later. So real estate works a little different than the stock market, but it's giving you more control over your investment and more hands-on things you can do. Because, if the water heater breaks, we need the water heater or something. I'm just giving an example. But you're directly improving a property and you're directly hands-on approach, controlling something to make your portfolio grow. So it is a little different than stocks. We're not just clicking them on the computer. But it's a great thing to get if you're looking to increase your investment portfolio.
Exactly. Therefore, one of the things that we wanted to really start, what is the good number for a starter? No, that's what you wanted. We wanted to deep dive into it and see what is that threshold that is starting to giving us back to be financially free. No?
Now, but before we get into that, I want to point out financial intelligence, financial education is not something we always go through in economics in high school. It's something that most people don't understand because it's not taught to us. If we understand financials, we understand that it's about how you manage your money, how you collect assets, how you and homes, real estate can be an asset. So you're looking to make an informed decision that's going to help you make money, and it's about growing your wealth. So really you want to grow your asset column, and that's where real estate comes in handy. It is not your home. It is the investments you're making in other homes that you can see an appreciation value with. So this is something I wanted to add. You want to add anything with that?
No, I just wanted to say that really the asset and how much you are rich is depends on how many days you can not work and still have income to live comfortably with your family.
Right. So we want to say a lot of people will use real estate investment properties to cover your living expenses, to cover whatever else that you were looking to do, your vacations. You can achieve this by creating rental inventory, rental growth, and then also the sale of the properties every so often, and then making sure you buy a bigger one or something like that. You're showing that you have steady income streams this way.
Exactly. Therefore, we were looking at really asset to produce the income for us. No? Mm-hmm. And what is important is really most of the people that they call us as a real estate agent, they say, hey, I'm waiting for the right property to show up in the market, then I can invest. But the question is, when is the right time? And if one day that right property came, do you have the money in hand to buy that right property for you?
So you want to make sure that you're learning the ropes with real estate. You want to understand, you can't just jump in and say, I want to buy $1 million apartment complex and start making $4 million a year, because the bank probably isn't going to give you that $1 million if you don't have a portfolio. Exactly. So what you want to do is you want to start small, and smart, and start. And there's a million get-rich-quick schemes out there. Be like, oh, you could do these assumable mortgages and do other things, but those are get-rich-quick, and they typically don't work. What we want to do instead is really focus on your asset columns and looking for long-term ways you can grow wealth that are tried and true. And one of them is going to be starting small, have an investment property where you're learning the ropes to where you understand how you can fix things, how to get people in there, how to get your tenants, how to make sure that you're dealing with one property at a time. So you really want to start with what I said, start with one. Make sure that you're getting experience with this one, understanding how your portfolio will grow over time with this one. And yes, interest rates are high at the filming of this video. Do I think that's going to change anytime soon? Honestly, I can't say. It might. It's going to go down a little bit, but is it going to go down to those 2s and 3s again? Probably not. That time is over. So we have to look at the here and now and make decisions based on the now, not I should have done. But make our decisions based on now. So set realistic goals.
Exactly. Therefore, the goal is really start small and then trade those smaller property.
That's true.
With the different scale, which is we're going to go to grade C, grade B, and grade A that we talk in another video. And now, before we do that, we're going to do our introduction.
Let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Now, with that, I also wanted to add, the goal really for any small investor who's just getting started is to come up with your first 4 investment properties. Because once you can do 1, then you can do 2, then you can do 3. And the hardest thing is going to be getting loans, getting profit, showing that you are doing good at this job, because the hardest ones are going to be the first 4. Once you have the 4, banks look at you much differently. It's much easier with those first 4. Just like they say in the stock market, your first $250,000 is going to be your hardest to get. And then after that, apparently your stocks are going to grow easier. This is other people. The same is true with real estate. The first 4 you focus on are the hardest to get. After you have 4, it becomes easier to get more. So there is something as well. So you can scale up much faster.
Therefore, really the misconception for many people that they just wanted to start, they think that wealth just comes from to having a lot of property and get rich, no? But if you are, as my wife said, start small and the threshold is 4, and you connect with us as a real estate agent, Alan Victoria, to run the numbers for you and see how each of this property is going to help your portfolio, you are on the way to building wealth for you and your family.
So I just want to quickly address some fears people have. People fear they're going to get horrible tenants. They're going to deal with difficult clients. They're going to lose money on property. They're going to make a huge mistake. They don't know what they're doing. And honestly, by picking the right property, you're going to mitigate all of these risks. You want to start, you're not just going to give the property to anybody. You're going to screen the tenants so you can actually make sure that you are getting the best possible people you can to rent the home. So I want to say, a lot of people have fears with looking at investment properties, but it's something that even with these high interest rate people are finding success with, and you can find success with this too. And so I want to add, you can face your fears and then still be successful, as long as we're just moving forward and moving ahead, basing decisions based on now and not the future.
Exactly. And also I wanted to make sure that we understand always the importance is you setting the goal. And setting the goal and what is the steps takes you to get to that goal, because we cannot jump from the step 1 to a step 10. We need to make sure that we have a clear goal of the success, and that's why you need to connect with us, that we can go over all the details with you.
Absolutely, and we can't wait to talk to you. We are real estate agents in the Greenville area, and we help people all the time with this, and we can help you too.
Exactly.